The 5 questions I want you to ask your doctor when you have been diagnosed with an underactive thyroid. Hi there, this is Adele, and I am a hypothyroid and Hashimoto's thyroiditis patient and health coach, and I help others like you who have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism or struggle with underactive thyroid symptoms to reduce your symptoms, increase your energy, and reclaim your health. So in today's video, I want to give you 5 questions that I want you to ask your doctor when you have been diagnosed with an underactive thyroid. Now, these questions are quite important because I have found in my own journey and from what I've heard from so many other patients who have hypothyroidism that they just do not get the support or the treatment from their treating doctor so that they actually feel better. So often doctors just treat the person on the lab results and not actually on how they are feeling. So today, if you have been diagnosed with hypothyroidism or struggling with thyroid symptoms and you're just not getting joy from your doctor, here are 5 questions I want you to ask your doctor. The first question is almost a trick question, and the question is this: do you know why my thyroid is underactive? The answer should be, I am not sure. There are a couple of reasons. We need to run a couple of additional tests to find out why, so we can take appropriate action. Now, there are a couple of reasons why your thyroid might be underactive, and I did another video on that, and I'll post the link here and below so that you can go and check that out. The most common reason is the autoimmune condition called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. So if you have been diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, please get those antibodies checked. That is vitally important, because when you know you have Hashimoto's, you realize you actually do not have a thyroid problem, but you have an immune system problem and an inflammation problem. You could have an iodine deficiency, and there's a couple of reasons why your thyroid is underactive. So the right answer from your doctor is, I'm not sure. There are many reasons. Let's find out. And that leads me to the second question. Do you do the full thyroid panel test, including the thyroid antibodies testing? So this is vitally important. As I mentioned in the first reason, most people who struggle with hypothyroidism actually have the autoimmune condition Hashimoto's thyroiditis. Now, from a conventional doctor perspective, the treatment is the same. They give you synthetic T4 thyroid medication, but they don't actually work with you in figuring out why your immune system is doing what it's doing. So checking that antibody tests is vitally important. And even as part of your regular thyroid panel testing, please include the thyroid panels, the TGAB, as well as TPO antibodies. The third question is all about those lab results. So once you have those lab results, the question is, do you use the reference ranges that the lab give you, or do you use functional medicine lab ranges? There's a huge difference in how these reference ranges are calculated or determined. Your conventional ranges is all about the people who have done testing. Just think about that for a moment. The people who have done thyroid testing are people who are ill, right? And those are not the reference ranges that we need or that we need to base on. The reference ranges that we want to base on, and those is what we call the functional medicine reference ranges, actually look at what should it be for a healthy person. So that should be the reference range that your doctor should be using. And it might be much narrower or even slightly different compared to the standard conventional lab ranges. The fourth question, and this can be quite a controversial one upon doctors because you might get quite a response from your doctor. And the question is this one: do you prescribe T3 only medication or NDT? If you get a response from your doctor to say that it is not needed I do not do it. We only do it in extreme cases. That's what one doctor told me. That's a warning sign. The standard treatment for an underactive thyroid is to prescribe synthetic T4 medication, levothyroxine. And that medication works for a small percentage of patients. Many patients, and I include myself in that as well, we actually need additional T3 medication, whether that comes from a T3 synthetic medication or whether it comes from NDT, which is natural desiccated thyroid hormones, which is either made from dried pig thyroid glands or bovine thyroid glands. Now, if your doctor is very opposed to prescribing T3 or NDT, it might be a warning sign for you to consider looking for another doctor who is willing to work with you to prescribe these medications. The fifth and final question is this: do you prescribe LDN? Now, LDN is a off-label drug, meaning there's no patent for it anymore. It's called low-dose naltrexone. And it has been shown to be beneficial for many thyroid or Hashimoto's patients who struggle with very high elevated antibodies to help modulate the immune system and reduce those thyroid antibodies. The issue around LDN is that it works extremely well for some patients and then not so well for others. It didn't help me, so it didn't work for me. But I know of other patients who it has shown tremendous benefits in terms of their health. And this is going to be one of those where you need to test and experiment. And this is why I want you to ask this question to your doctor. Will you help me? Will you prescribe this drug for me to see if it can actually help me reduce my symptoms and make me feel better? So those are the 5 questions that I recommend you ask your doctor. So you don't have to maybe ask them outright, but in your conversation, in your consultation, you can speak with your doctor and ask, what do you think about T3 medication? What is your view about using LDN? Are you familiar with LDN and the benefits that it has? This way you will clearly see what your doctor's view and opinion is around using these prescription medications so that you may feel better. I have fired doctors where they were not willing to give this to me, and I literally had to go and search for other doctors that can help, and that led me onto the path of finding a functional medicine doctor who I've been working closely with for the last just over 2.5 years to help manage my autoimmune condition Hashimoto's. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you found this video informative and educational, and that you can now feel more empowered to have that discussion with your doctor about your health and the next steps on your health journey. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll speak with you soon. Bye.